looks like Sam is finally done with his understandably long-winded first drivers meeting of the season. And we're live for this final test of the FSB Racing Broadcast Network. Hopefully. This looks like we've got 12 entries tonight, not counting the 2 cameras of myself and our admin, Sam Young. Unless he's racing tonight. I don't know, he didn't tell me. So on the pole we have number 53 of TG Reese. Outside pole, Pops Margison. Ryan Johnson in 3rd, Rick Bisconer in 4th. Front row Gotro missed the front row by 3, starting 5th. Derby Don McCortson, our series admin, in 6th. Brian Lamb 7th. And then a bunch of cars took provisionals there. So we'll see which ones are starting and which ones are just starting in the back. Pardon me if I go quiet now and then, working out some kinks here. This will be a whole lot easier with a broadcast partner, but we'll work that out for Fridays. Riding here with Brian Lamb in the 09 car. Missing some big names tonight. Isaac Johnson, I believe, has homework. And apparently Mark DeCenza is having some internet connection issues. As in, it's been down all day. And happy hour is winding down with 30 seconds standby, so we should be going green soon as Chet Barkin. Looks like he's going to be going to a backup car after that. Oh, so is Jonathan Jones and and Rick Bisconer. Bunch of cars wrecking there at the end of happy hour there. show you here the final practice wreck there. Gets a 10 from the French judge.
Drivers, to your cars.
Alright, and we are taken to the grid for the season opener, season 31 of the FSB Pro Cup. And Sam is in fact driving.
Drivers, start your engines! Is that okay?
Alright, now we're rolling off the grid here. Next week I'm going to remember to not start the broadcast until happy hour's been reset. Oh, our pole sitter is lagging out bad. And he's back. Thought for a second we lost. And we've lost TG Reese before the green flag even waved. I see he reappeared briefly, did the right thing, got down to the apron. Ooh, a little contact. And Pops is in the wall. Looks like Ryan Johnson is fading back. And he's gone. What?
Drivers, to your cars.
We just got a restart, which we don't usually get here. I don't know if that was for TG, for Pops, for both. There's some black flag issues created by TG dropping out. I don't really know.
Drivers, start your engines! Is that okay?
Oh, we're losing TG again, too. afraid this just is not his night. The internet gods have not smiled upon him. Looks like the pace car is gonna lead the first lap at this pace. Looks like we got a lot of confused drivers out there wondering what to do with TG having dropped out again. And we're sorted out for the start. Ryan Johnson will lead him into turn 1 again. Jonathan Jones running second. I'm sorry, that's Dean Gotro. For some reason I don't have their cars. First lap's gonna go to Ryan Johnson. But Dean coming strong on the outside in the 060. And he'll carry that momentum all the way around 1 and 2, and looks like we may already have a new leader for lap 2. Meanwhile, 3 wide down the backstretch. Lamb, Bob, who's 143? Yeah, Bob Dixon and Pops Margison. Yeah, of course the 3 default cars are gonna be Fords tonight. Just to confuse me so I can't tell them apart. We got series admin Derby Don McCourtson looking to make a move here on Pops Margison. He's sniffing, he's looking for a spot. And looks like he'll get the runoff too, with a little help from Lamb. There we go, Derby to P4, so look for the 49 to be on the move. Oh, Lamb is around on the bottom. That should be our first caution of the night as he catches Chet Barkin. Heavy damage to the left side of Chet. And the caution is out. As they gather up on the backstretch there. Alright, got the replay here of what happened with Brian Lamb. See, he got in turn 3 and looks like it just got a little loose on him down on the bottom. Actually coming off turn 4. Around he goes. Jonathan Jones did a great job missing that. And poor Chet Barkin just had nowhere to go. Lamb has shortened up the back end of that car. These sets can be kind of loose to begin with, especially at California. It's a tricky part at this track, getting loose off turn 4, so shortening up the back end of the car is not going to do him any favors. In fact, it looks like he may have retired it. Tough break for Lamb to start the season. Well, I've learned something new about my intention to use the flag from RLM Live there. It actually comes up in yellow and black. Not a solid yellow flag like the green flag and the red flag are. Gonna have to fix that going forward. Alright, let's see how that looks when we go back to green. Meanwhile, coming out of the pits, got Ryan Johnson back into the lead. Front row Gotro falls back to P2. I guess Ryan Johnson's effectively got, TG's still there, but warping bad on the bottom of the track. I guess Ryan's essentially got himself a better pit stall there with TG being laps down. Bob Dixon, P3. Derby Don still P4. And Pop's rounding out the top 5. Lights are out on the pace car, so next time by we should get the green. I'm gonna try out my new side-by-side camera. Look at 2 parts of the field on the restart here. got a clean restart out to the backstretch. And Ryan Johnson holding serve. But we know Dean, he's going to be looking, oh, someone's around. Someone's around. Caution flag is back out again. Gonna see if I can go back and find out what happened there. Chet Larkin got loose all by himself. Then coming back to the flag, Dean Gotro and Ryan Johnson got together off turn 4. Extensive damage to the right side of Dean's car. That's definitely going to hurt his chances tonight. In fact, Dean is still in the pits getting repairs after the rest of the field has pitted. So far in just 12 laps, we've already had some attrition with Sam Young having retired. I think he had connection issues as well. T.J. Reese and his connection was. Brian Lamb caught up in a wreck. So there's 9 cars left running with 88 laps still to go around California Speedway. lights are out. Ryan Johnson's still your leader, and Derby Don has moved up to P2. Told you he'd be on the move. Base car's off. And we are green again. And Derby Don to the lead. Made short work of that. Oh, Ryan Johnson's trying to fight back on the high side. Does he have enough run to get back under him going into turn one? Oops, sorry about that, folks. Alright, still working out some kinks here. I am going to have to take a short break, so I'm gonna kick it back to side by side. After I get the camera focused on someone else. And Ryan Johnson back to the lead. Guess maybe I won't take that break. Side here can keep the momentum up. Dylan does these by himself. But I am back, and Ryan camera is getting that bug where it's showing all the cars. Looking on my camera too, trying to figure out how that smoke happened on the front stretch. I'll have that for you in a second. I still have no earthly idea. Meanwhile, Ryan Johnson continues to hold serve there in the lead. We got Bob Dixon making a look and couldn't make it stick. Meanwhile, I found the source of that smoke. It was Chet Barkin with his heavily damaged car going around again with no caution. So in the bottom corner there, just losing it off 4. And like I said before, it is tough to drive a loose car around this place, and after you shorten up the rear end, fix setups, it gets real loose. And meanwhile, it's getting real interesting up here for the lead, as Ryan Johnson is in the pits. I guess we're coming up on green flag stops then. So he is the first one in. Which does give the lead to Derby. Looks like Bob Dixon is taking it back. Ryan Johnson is done and back underway. Don't know what Ryan was playing out there. Working a short pit. No help. Everybody else has stayed out at least 2 more laps now. As Ryan is indeed now down the road. And here comes Derby, followed by Pops. Moves Rick Bisconer into P2. Jonathan Jones running third. I believe Jonathan Jones might be in the pits. Yes, he must be. Rick Bisconer has hit the pits in position 2, leaving Bob Dixon out here all by himself. I don't know how this is going to shake out for him. Figure he's got to be pulling in any time now. Well, Derby and Ryan Johnson are together on the track. Ryan Johnson remains a lap down. Oh, so is Derby. Okay. Oh, Ryan must be the tail end of... Oh, okay, it sorted itself out. So yeah, Ryan Johnson running 6th, Derby 7th. I do believe they should be the leaders once this cycles out. So what I thought was a crazy move for Ryan Johnson might just work out. But I don't know how that's going to play out for the rest of the race. If it's going to work for him pitting off sequence, the whole night. Bob Dixon is finally in the pits. You see him on the inset camera there. Meanwhile, Ryan has caught the 060 Dean Gautreaux. Also 1 lap down. I need to find Jonathan Jones out here. Alright, there's Jonathan Jones in the inset. He must have made his pit stop. Okay. Alright, now we're gonna see how this all plays out. How much is Bob Dixon staying up gonna hurt him? That's what I want to know right now. And the answer is, it is gonna hurt him plenty. Oh! Leader Ryan Johnson in the wall. Heavy damage to the right side of the car. He's still holding the lead, but that damage is going to catch up with him real quick. And Jonathan Jones is back on pit road. Not sure what's going on there. Derby Don to the lead, and assuming this stays caution-free, which it could very well be from here on out, it's just probably going to be happy sales. Happy trails, happy sailing, however you want to say it. Because there's nobody else near him. Well, Pops has got himself a 3-car draft. He might have something to say about this before the night's over. That right side damage is just going to kill Ryan Johnson's chances, and that's a tough break because he was definitely one of the cars to beat tonight. Ride with Pops here for a while. See if you can't make up that gap. It's got help from Bob Dixon. Actually, yeah. Bob Dixon might get back in this, thanks to the damage to Ryan's car. I thought his staying out was going to cost him. we go. He's caught Ryan Johnson. Dean Gotro getting a little loose on the outside. There we go. Pops to P2 in turn 1. And less than 3 seconds back. He's got the time to catch him. Yeah, poor Ryan's car is just getting killed by that right side damage. He really needs a caution to try and bang that out. But Derby is pulling away. Does have help from Jonathan Jones, who again made that second pit stop. I don't really know why. With 2 undamaged cars out there, they might be able to maintain or even grow the gap on this second pack of a mix of damaged and undamaged cars. Okay, Bob Dixon's moved into P2 now, and the gap is shrinking. Looks like Pops has fallen all the way to 4th. Now we're going to go side by side with Bob Dixon and Don McCorritson. Let's see how long it takes him to run down. If he can, it's 2 cars versus 2 cars right now. And that pass, Jonathan Jones racing him is definitely helping him out. I'm not mistaken, I believe Bob Dixon and the 77 of Jonathan Jones are teammates, so maybe his lap down teammates helping him out a bit there by racing the leader. Jonathan also does have slightly fresher tires, having made that second stop that, again, has just got me baffled. I don't know what that was all about. Smoke on the backstretch. I don't know what happened there. No caution, however. Well, oh, we got pit stops happening. Looks like just about everybody who's anybody is pulling into the pits right now. I don't know how much Ryan's going to let them bang on that. Looks like not at all. Ryan Johnson taking no repairs. Looks like Bob Dixon stayed out, inherited the lead, but I don't know if that's going to work in his favor, but I was wrong before, too. It's possible he's just made his bed and he's going to have to lie in it, as far as his strategy of staying out extra laps. And the smoke on the backstretch before was just... That was Dean Gautreau with his damaged car, getting loose off turn 2. There we got it on the replay on the big screen. And around he goes. Probably got tight actually off turn 2. Tried to crank the wheel and the car just took off. Looks like he had some flat front tires. That's definitely not the night he was looking to have tonight, I tell you that. He's now got damage on both sides of the car. Oh, hit the wall again trying to get back to the pits. Yeah, he probably would rather I not show any more of this. Tough night for front row Gautreau. Meanwhile, Bob Dixon is in the pits, leaving Rick Bisconer to inherit the lead. Oh, I think... Did he overshoot his pit? I'm bouncing back and forth between screens with this crazy setup I got here, and thought I saw motion of the car rolling back, but he is down and underway, regardless of what happened. disc owners in the pits. I do believe the lead should cycle back to Derby Dawn. Lead has indeed cycled. Derby out all by himself. 5.888 seconds up. Bob Dixon is chipping into that lead a little bit. Now only 4.76 seconds back. The Derby's caught some cars to draft with, some lapped cars. Even as Derby works his way through traffic, Bob Dixon's whittling off a couple tenths a lap. A tenth that time. We're about to get down to 30 to go. Guess we should cue the Jaws theme, because Bob Dixon is coming. Might as well follow the two contenders side by side. Because that's really going to be the only battle for position on the track. Scudder's in the picture too. He's sitting about 2 seconds back of Bob Dixon. If you can hold that gap to Bob, and Bob catches Don and they get to racing, could easily turn to a 3-car battle. with less than 25 to go. They've kind of settled into where they are. Rick Bisconer has closed more of the gap to Bob Dixon than Bob has done at this point. Looks like maybe I spoke too soon about only race for position being first and second. Rick Bisconer is showing some muscle here. He must have kept that car clean all night. Made some good pit stops. Yeah, it looks pristine. I don't see any damage on either side. So he's driving a Mopar. He's got the King's number. I think we all know who I'm pulling for. Well, we got Derby in pits. Leader is pitting. These two drafting. This could be a big disadvantage to Derby. Looks like Bob Dixon's pulling in, and so is Rick Bisconer. And with 20 to go, I do believe this is the final stop. This is where the driver and crew gotta make their money. Good stop for Rick. Comes out right with Bob. And Derby back to the lead. So as good a stop as those two had, looks like Derby had an even better one. See where it all shakes out to. Looks like they lost a lot of time in the pits to Derby. Probably just a better entry and exit there. Despite the two cars drafting while he was alone. So there you go. The money stop of the night goes to Derby. It's going to be hard, even for two cars, to make up that gap from what we've seen tonight. So with Derby checked out, I might as well stay on the battle here for second place, and Rick Bisconer taking it 3 wide around the lap car. Nice work. Here comes Bob battling back. These two gotta sort this out quick if they want to have a chance of running down Derby. Derby is just saying, sayonara. Off to a 7-second lead now. Looks like at this point Bob and Rick have realized they are not gonna run him down, so they're just racing for P2, and here comes Bob Dixon to the bottom. Rick Bisconer up top. Let's see, will the shorter line or the better momentum win out this time by? And it's the bottom. But, oh, here comes Rick battling back. Yeah, this is where we're gonna have to stick. This is where all the action's gonna be for the rest of the night if we don't get a caution. Quite a lot of attrition tonight, even though I think we only have that one caution, right? Maybe 2. Even so, a lot of cars dropped out. 48 of Greg Combs, 98 of Sam Young, 68 of Chet Barker, and he got caught up in a wreck. It was not of his own doing. Then the car was just too loose after that. 53 of T.G. Reese having connection woes, and again Brian Lamb also caught up in that same wreck that caught Chet Barkin out, shortened his car up and shortened his night. 12 cars started, 7 still running, and only 4 of those still on the lead lap. Well, Ryan Johnson could very well be lapped by the time this is all said and done, as he's fallen into the sights of our leader. Again here for second place. Brooks going around the bottom. Bob Dixon up on the high side. And high side momentum winning out again that time. Oh, these boys aren't done yet. We got 10 to go. Less than 10 to go. They're 8 seconds back. Ryan Johnson's about to get lapped, so these two know this is the only thing they've got to gain or lose. Oh, that's close. Could have crushed a soda can between those two. Rick's coming back for another attack. I think maybe he just needs to save his stuff. And he knows the move he needs to make. He's just gotta wait for the right time. Yeah, don't heat up those tires before checkered flag's in sight. Heat them up any more than they already are. Good line through 3 and 4. He's got the run again. Here we go. Blocking is not yet legal. We gotta have 2 to go here in FSB. One thing we have changed this season that will take effect, or would have taken effect if we'd gotten a caution in the last 5 laps, as now the next flag is going to end it with 95 to go. But if we got a caution in the last 10 laps, a restart in the last 10 laps, the no passing to the backstretch rule has been lifted, but just for those last 10 laps. So that could make some interesting late race restart shows as we move through the season, both tonight and on Friday nights. To the inside, using that lap car, draft, and a pick. Nope, high side momentum. It's just too much to overcome. So now we've got 3 to go. Scar looking again to the inside. He's going to clear him before turn 3 this time. Bob Dixon battle back on the high side, or is he going to pull the crossover? White flag is in the air. Here we go, last lap. Derby Don just has to bring it home in one piece. And Rick Bisconer has made it stick so far. 2 more corners to go as Derby cruises to the checkered flag. And that was it. That was Bob's shot. Here we go. Rick Bisconer with a solid P2 finish. Good run for him tonight. Bob Dixon third. Once again, Derby Don our winner. Ryan Johnson and Pops Marguson rounded out the top 5. Pops was 3 laps down. He had his, I don't know what happened to him tonight. He didn't seem to be caught up in anything. Wonder if he had some pit road speeding penalties. But there's your winner, Derby Don. Great way to start the season. See if he burns it down. All right, once again, your official standings. 49 Dominic Horton, your winner. 43 Rick Bisconer in second. 143 Bob Dixon. P3 59 Ryan Johnson in fourth. 99 Jim Marguson in fifth. 060 Dean Gotro coming in sixth place. 77 of Jonathan Jones listed as out with an accident. I didn't see that happen either. He is listed in 7th place. 48th Greg Combs, 8th. 9th Sam Young. 68 of Chet Barkin. The 53 of T.G. Reese and the 09 of Brian Lamb. Alright, that's going to conclude my dress rehearsal for Friday nights. Maybe do a few more Monday nights here and there throughout the season. Primary focus is going to be Friday nights, assuming the bandwidth doesn't kill my wife's Final Fantasy. She had a little problem tonight, so don't know if it was me or just her connection to the server. We'll have to sort that out before I commit to a full season, but thank you for anyone who happens to be watching. I might just be talking to myself, but that's okay. This was a test and a broadcast. It was both. Thanks for joining me. Looking forward to learning more and getting the handle on this as the season goes on. This is my first one doing it without broadcasting my own driving, so found myself at a loss for words without a partner to bounce things off of. Hopefully I'll get some guests up here throughout the season. Maybe get Milty back on Friday nights, and we'll have some fun. Good night, everybody.